All right, guys, this is Courtney Wiley. She's going to talk to us about vendor events.
Okay guys, so I just started doing vendor events not too long ago. I'm new to Norwex. I've just been started Norwex since middle of June. And I like vendor events because what happens is you get to go out and meet people that would have never heard of you. So you get two different kinds of people that come to your vendor events. You get people that have never heard of Norwex, and then you get the people that have already heard and already love Norwex. So what I try to do is I have my display stuff up front that I want to show people, and then I have stuff in the back that I want the people to ask about, or if you've already heard of Norwex and have Norwex, maybe some other ideas of something you would like to have. So I always have, and I have my butter always back there, and I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, have you guys heard of Norwex? And they'll say, no, what's Norwex? And they'll come up to the table, and I'll say, well, let me just show you, and I explain what the microfiber is and how it works and what it does. And you don't have very much time. You only have about 30 seconds to really make them think that they want to hear more. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, so let me just show you a quick little demo, and I'll say, so this is my butter and this is a mirror, and this is how we will clean our windows and our mirrors, and I do my little demo, and their faces go like this. Okay, we all know that look, right? So after I talk about that, and I have them, because now they're like that, I'll say, does anybody have pans that look like this? And I always bring something like the stovetop grate. Mine are always really cruddy because I cook. And then, or the pans that have all the crusty on there. And they'll say, oh yeah, I have that. So then I'll say, okay, so here's what you would do to take that off. And I'll have a bucket of water, and I'll dip this in, and I'll dip it in my paste, and I'll explain that this is not abrasive to any of the surfaces on your oven and your stovetop. And I'll do the demo, and I'll say, so you just give this some scrubbing, use the cleaning paste, and it will take it right off. And then I'll use my EnviroCloth and wipe it off, and then they will be like, so they'll see that, and then I'll say another use for the cleaning paste. I'll say this is amazing and one of my favorite things because it does so many different things. So then I will come and I will just show them. I'll take my damp Enviro and I'll dip it in my paste, and I'll say, so this is wood with Sharpie on it. I always have my Sharpie marker out, and I show them that the Sharpie does not come off. So I'll dip it in the cleaning paste, and I will rub it right off, and then they're like. So I always have on me for my vendor events my cleaning paste, Spira sponges, Spira nets, EnviroCloths, window cloths, dusting mitts. I always bring a couple of these because now once they're watching that, they're like, well, what's this for? And I'll say, okay, well, this is one of the most amazing things ever because all you do is give it a charge, and you can reach up high on your ceiling fans, and I'll bend it and show them up high on your ceiling fans on top of your TVs, and I just kind of mimic how you'd be doing it, and then they can kind of see how they would be using it. And I'll say nothing falls on your head. You take it over to your garbage or outside and get rid of all the dust, and that's how you use that. So I do sell these also at the vendor events. Once you talk about the dryer lint trap, people really start to think, and they get interested about those. So I always have my stuff out for the demos, and if they say, okay, how do I get one of those cleaning cloths? How do I get one of those window cloths? And I'll say, well, I have everything that, I have that in stock, so what I want you to do for me is come over here. So they're over here, and what they do is I give them a clipboard, and I give them a order form, and I ask them to fill out the very top for me. I'll say, fill out the very top for me while I get your stuff together. So you can show my little back office here. And you guys can take a peek when you're done there. So what I do is I come back here, and this is where I have all my stock, and I have it nice and handy. And if I have all kinds of extra stuff, like I'll just have it out so I can see where it is real easy. And so I'll get their stuff together. I'll grab one of my Norwex bags. I'll take that. I'll put that in there. I will put in there a sample of my and a sample of my cleaning paste.
Let's see those up close.
Sorry.
UPP, cleaning paste sample, love it.
And they'll also ask, well, how do I take care of my cloths? So that's when I'll tell them how to take care of their cloths. I will put a copy of the care instructions in their bag, and I'll say, I'm going to give you a copy of the care instructions. I'm giving you samples to take with you. And I put it in the bag. I then take their order form, and I write down what they've gotten. Basic package, cleaning paste, Spira sponge. And once they've taken and done that, and I fill that out, I use the Square account. Do you guys have Square? Have you ever heard of Square? So it comes, it's for free, and it comes with a little card reader. all right, and you get $1,000 in free processing. And then once you hit your $1,000 in sales to give you free processing for your fee, it's a fee of 2%, 2.5%. So, and that's tax deductible at the end of the year, is what I'm hearing. So I have it all set up in my library of what people can buy from Norwex. There's a lot of stuff on here, but I'll go down and put, okay, so they're getting a body pack, they're getting a cleaning paste and everything else, and write down the total at the very bottom, because this has tax already figured in. I don't do shipping on any of my stock that I have. I do charge the tax though, and I let them know that's what their total is. They hand me their credit card. If they hand me cash, I just give them change. But they hand me their credit card, I swipe it, it says approved, they sign on my phone, the money goes right into my checking account the next business day. So I can use that money and put more sales in under a party of my own to get more stock back. Because I do a lot of vendor events, so I always take that money, and I always take most of the money and I get my stock back and keep some money for myself, and then I get commissions off of my sales. So that's how I do that. Let's see, what else do I want to have done? I try and do a giveaway, and what I do is I give away the dishcloth, and I let them know that I'm giving away a dishcloth. And so what I did before was guess how many Swedish fish are in the container. And I have little squares. I don't have any now because I couldn't find them in my house. But I have the little squares where they write down their name, their email address, their cell phone number. They guess how many Swedish fish are in there. They will put, there's a little thing, are you interested in a party, Facebook, in home, just, discreetly, they can write that down. And then I put that in my little bin. At the end of the night, whoever's closest without going over wins the dishcloth, and then I'll contact them and let them know. And I explained to them, I'm like, well, if you guess, you can win the dishcloth. And then I explained why the dishcloth is so amazing and how everybody needs to have this and how I use it for months, every single day, and it never smells. And they're like, I hate my stinky, smelly cloths. I said, exactly, and this will get rid of that for you. So that is how I do my vendor events. Thanks, guys, for watching, and please comment what you do at your vendor events, because I am super new at this. I've only been doing this a couple months. I am getting ideas from other people, so I want to hear your ideas and what you guys do. Drop a picture of your setup so I can get some ideas, and our friends can get some other ideas. And the winner is going to get something special. I'll be posting that in the comments a little bit later. Thanks, guys.